Have you ever felt like your words just weren't quite landing? Or maybe wished you could command more attention without, raising your
Yeah,
voice?
just by the sheer weight of what you're saying.
Exactly. It's a really interesting idea, isn't it? Because most people, well, they talk to be heard, but leaders, they talk to be remembered. And this deep dive, well, it's all about figuring out how you make that critical shift.
Hmm.
Our mission today is simple: give you a shortcut, a direct route to understanding these profound principles of communication, the ones that really transform how you influence people, how you lead.
Right.
We're diving deep into the core of building a voice that doesn't just, talk. It commands respect, it sparks action, it moves decisions forward.
And it's practical stuff.
Absolutely. Not just theory. Our goal is to uncover real skills you can apply like right away. Daily chats, high pressure moments, leadership roles.
Everywhere, really.
Yeah. And the true difference between just talking and, well, leading, it's not about volume, is
No,
it?
definitely not.
It's precision, clarity, strength, and impeccable timing.
Think about the weight your words carry.
The weight. I like that. And here's what's really cool. This isn't about using fancy words or putting on some kind of act.
No, it's simpler and harder.
It's about talking better, so effectively that your words and really your whole presence leads the way. So if you're ready to lead, like now, this deep dive is for you. Because let's be honest, if your words don't lead, what else will?
That's the absolute truth. If people don't feel your words, they just won't follow your voice. It's fundamental. Changes everything.
That's a powerful place to start. And it brings us right to what feels like the foundation for any leader's voice. It really begins when you genuinely own every word you say with full confidence.
Mhm.
When we were going through the material, that idea, words having weight versus just being noise,
Yeah.
it really jumped out.
Well, it's crucial. And it's more than just a nice phrase. Think about it. Confidence in your voice.
Mm.
It's not about being loud or, aggressive.
Right.
It's internal. It means you stand behind your words. You believe what you're saying. And if you don't believe it, well, why on earth should anyone else listen?
Good point.
We hear it all the time, these halfway phrases. I think, maybe, I guess.
The qualifiers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And every single time you use one, you subtly but powerfully undermine your own message. You signal uncertainty. People pick up on that, even subconsciously.
Yeah.
And nobody follows someone who sounds unsure. Nobody gets inspired by a voice that doesn't fully believe itself.
So it's not just what you say, but that certainty you project, even in tiny word choices.
Precisely. And the counter, it's a conscious decision.
Yeah.
My words matter. You mean what you say. You say what you mean. You take full ownership. No ambiguity.
Okay.
People need to feel you're serious, that you're grounded. What you're saying isn't just air. It's part of who you are. And this confidence, it often comes straight from preparation.
Preparation.
Yeah. Leaders don't just wing it. They think. They reflect. They get crystal clear before they open their mouths. They aren't making it up as they go. Their words have real power because they've been tested.
Yeah.
Tested in their own lives first. Thought through. Maybe even acted on.
That raises a really important point, doesn't it? The link between words and actions, it's not enough just to sound confident.
Absolutely not. There's this undeniable link, a crucial one. Words and actions. If you say one thing and consistently do another, well, people see right through it fast.
Yeah, credibility tanks.
Totally. One powerful idea we came across was people listen more to your example than your explanations. Your behavior, your consistency. That has to back up your words. The congruence builds trust, authority.
Okay. And what about holding back? Sometimes people seem to soften their message.
Right. And that's another vital piece. Stop apologizing for your truth. Stop shrinking your message just to make other people feel comfortable. Leaders don't speak to be liked. They speak to be clear, to lead, to, move things forward.
You can be firm without being rude, though.
Exactly. Firm and real. When you speak, the room should feel it. Not because you're shouting, but because you're solid, steady, present. And one more thing here. The power of silence.
Yes, silence.
Weak speakers. They rush. They fill every tiny pause with noise, with filler. But strong communicators use silence intentionally. It can be just as powerful as words. Lets important things land, resonate, be absorbed.
It's an act of confidence in itself.
Totally. It shows you trust your words enough to let them sit there.
That idea, using silence as a tool, not just, dead air, that's a real mindset shift. Makes you think, doesn't it? Is your daily speech really aligning with this idea of ownership? Are you using fillers, hesitant phrases, or are you owning every single word? Which brings us nicely to the next layer. How does this ownership translate into the actual craft of communication?
Right, building directly on that confidence. One of the most critical habits for any leader is to speak clearly so no one misunderstands your message.
Clarity.
Yeah.
Seems obvious, but maybe not easy.
Not always easy, no. And clarity isn't about sounding clever or showing off your vocabulary. It's simply about being understood, period. When people understand you easily, effortlessly, they trust you more.
And trust leads to action.
Exactly. That trust leads to action. Without clarity, ideas get lost, muddled. And here's a key thing. People rarely guess in your favor when you're ambiguous.
Oh, that's interesting. They fill the gaps with doubts.
Often, yeah. Their own doubts or assumptions. So it's about removing all possible obstacles to understanding.
Okay, so practically, how do we do that?
Well, first step,
Yeah.
know what you want to say before you say it. Sounds basic, but
Yeah, not always followed.
right. Be specific, be direct, and be honestly ruthless about cutting out all the extra words that water down your point.
Yeah.
If you can say something powerful in 5 words, why use 15?
Get rid of the fluff.
Precisely. And meet people where they are. Use language they get. Break down complex stuff simply. Your job fundamentally is to connect, not confuse.
And Nick, not confused. I like that.
Another big one, slowing down.
Slowing down your speech.
Yeah, deliberately. It's not just about sounding thoughtful, though it helps. It shows control. It commands attention. And crucially, it gives people time to actually process what you're saying.
Whereas fast talking can seem nervous.
Often comes from insecurity.
Oh, yeah.
Like you need to rush it out before someone cuts you off. Leaders, they pause. They let their words settle. They trust them.
That's a great distinction. It really is a reflection of an internal state, not just a speaking tick. What about how we say things? The tone?
Ah, yes. Vital, your tone. It's literally your attitude made audible.
Attitude made audible. Wow.
Think about it. You can have the perfect words, but if the tone is off, defensive, uncertain, maybe aggressive,
The message gets totally lost or twisted.
completely misunderstood. So trading your tone to consistently match your message, that's critical. Avoid those mixed signals.
Okay. And any other tips for clarity?
Yeah, avoid the temptation to say everything all at once. Stick to one main point at a time. The sources really stress this. Simplicity isn't weakness, it's strength.
Keep it focused.
Focused. And sometimes repeating your main point just once for emphasis. Not because you're unsure, but to make sure people really grasp what matters. That could be incredibly powerful. It's a deliberate choice for impact.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so we own the words, we craft them for clarity. But what about the voice itself, the control that goes beyond just the words?
Yes, this is crucial. There's a clear requirement to control your voice before you try to lead. Your voice is way more than just sound waves. It's a direct reflection of your presence, your attitude, your inner world. If your voice isn't steady, if it wavers or cracks under pressure, your leadership just won't be fully trusted. People listen so intently to how you say it, not just what. An unsteady voice. It signals untrusted leadership, plain and simple.
So the sound itself tells a story about you even before the sentence is finished.
Precisely. And the absolute first step to control, it's self-awareness.
Knowing how you sound.
Exactly. Take the time. Really hear yourself. Maybe record yourself. Listen back. Do you sound clear? Firm? Grounded? Or unsure? Tense? The more aware you are, the more you can actually take control.
Okay, self-awareness. What else?
Breathing? Often overlooked, but huge.
Breathing. How so?
Shallow, rapid breathing leads to fast, nervous talking, but slow, deliberate breathing. It naturally makes your voice stronger, deeper, more resonant. It shows internal control, calm, just centering yourself with a few deep breaths before an important conversation. Game changer.
That's a great practical tip, very actionable. Any other aspects of control?
Yes, control also means knowing when not to speak.
Holding back.
Holding back those impulsive words. Choosing silence over just filling the air. It means fewer words end up carrying significantly more weight. Leadership authority comes from that inner strength, that discipline, not from being the loudest person in the room.
It comes from being grounded.
Grounded, that's the word. That deep inner stability gives your voice undeniable authority. And finally, managing emotional triggers. Absolutely vital.
Staying calm under pressure.
Yeah. When things get intense, staying calm, keeping your tone even, holding your ground without your voice cracking or rising, that builds immense trust. That calmness is what people remember, and it actually helps others around you stay steady too. It's contagious. in a good way.
It's a powerful challenge then, isn't it? To really think about how your tone and pace might be perceived. Are you in control, or are your emotions driving the conversation? Now, taking all this,
Yeah.
ownership, clarity, vocal control, how does it translate into actual results, real influence? How do we move people?
Right, because that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? To say things that actually move people to act. Leadership communication isn't just about sharing information. It's fundamentally about creating movement, inspiring tangible action,
Getting things done.
getting things done. A leader's words, they need to change minds, wake people up, make them take a step they've been avoiding. It's about a practical push, not just, emotional hype that fades.
And people are drowning in information today.
Absolutely flooded. So what cuts through? What do they actually remember? It's what made them feel something strong enough to shift them out of comfort and into motion.
So less about data dumps, more about impact, emotional resonance.
Exactly. Impact. To get that, you often need to speak directly to people's pain.
Their pain, like frustration.
Their frustrations, yeah, their excuses, their delayed decisions, the truth they might be dodging. Because the truth, well, it hits, it stings, but it also frees. Leaders say what needs to be said, not with judgment, hopefully, but with unflinching clarity. Things like, you've waited long enough, or you've been hiding, or maybe you've been settling. Delivered with real conviction, that can be a powerful wake-up call.
But briefly, right, you mentioned cutting words earlier.
Yes, don't over-explain. Say it short, sharp, and straight. People need clarity, not comfort.
Clarity, not comfort. That's stark.
It is. And another critical element here is urgency. Your words need to convey that something must be done now. Show them clearly, compellingly, what's at stake if they don't move. Because often, staying where you are is the most dangerous decision.
That inaction is a choice with consequences.
Precisely. And it matters how you say this. Use language they understand. Sound real, relatable, not overly polished or trying to be clever. Your words can actually unlock permission to change. Give people that validation, that courage to demand more from themselves.
Permission to change. That's interesting phrasing.
And sometimes what really moves people, it's honest confrontation.
Confrontation. That sounds tricky.
Delivered with integrity, not anger. Sometimes that moment of discomfort becomes the turning point. Remember, leaders don't chase applause. They chase progress. Focus on what's needed, not popular.
Progress over applause.
And again, silence. Don't underestimate it. One sentence followed by silence can do more than a 5-minute lecture. Let it sink in.
It really feels like that discomfort can be a catalyst. Okay, how do these principles, moving people, also build lasting respect and attention, not just that immediate action?
Great question. Because people don't follow weak voices for long, do they? They instinctively follow voices that have substance. Strong words hold meaning. They carry weight. They show you've, well, earned the right to be heard.
Earned it, not just taken it.
Exactly. And strong words demand attention through precision, not just loudness. Think about it. One powerful, clear sentence can completely shift a conversation, reshape the whole dynamic, whereas weak language, those, I think, maybe sort of drafts, they actively dilute your message. They inject doubt.
So the less ambiguity, the more respect the message gets.
Absolutely. People respect clarity. They follow someone who speaks the truth, even if it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable truth builds respect.
Often, yes, because strong words are unshakable. They aren't aggressive necessarily, but they're solid. And they come from a strong mindset. As one source put it, if your thinking is clear, your language becomes powerful.
Thinking clearly leads to speaking powerfully.
And these words feel earned because they come from lived experience. Your life has to match your message consistently.
Right, the congruence we talked about.
Yeah. And practically, eliminate those filler words. Kind of. It's like they just kill impact and precision because attention is earned. It's not just given freely. You earn it by being solid, precise. Your words should be like anchors, things people can hold on to that stick with them.
Anchors. That's a good visual.
And strong words are honest, direct, but never cruel. They call things out. This isn't working. This needs to change. That directness builds respect, even if not everyone likes it at the moment.
That really is a powerful mirror to hold up. If you're listening, ask yourself right now, are your words building credibility? Or are they maybe subtly losing it? Are you saying what feels comfortable? Or are you delivering what's truly needed? This feels like it leads to a really profound transformation, like in your overall presence.
Oh, definitely. Dropping what we call weak talk And intentionally speaking with real strength, it creates this profound shift. It goes way beyond just communication. It fundamentally changes who you are.
How so?
Well, weak talk, the hesitation, the fear, the insecurity leaking out, subtly shapes your identity, makes you feel maybe invisible, less impactful. But when you actively choose to speak with real strength, you become sharper, more certain, more respected.
Can you give examples of weak talk?
Sure, things like, I'm not really sure, but maybe we could try. Or, this might be a stupid question, but
Undercutting yourself.
exactly. They subtly communicate, I don't fully believe in what I'm saying. You undercut the message before it even lands. It's like you're apologizing for having an idea.
You're basically discrediting yourself before anyone else gets a chance.
Precisely. And leadership.
Right.
It requires being clear, strong, solid, not trying desperately to be liked. Critically, you often can't do both. Not always. Sometimes clarity isn't popular.
So you have to choose.
You have to choose. But the really good news? These are habits. Deeply ingrained, maybe, but habits. And they can be unlearned.
How? Through practice.
Conscious, daily practice. Replacing those soft, hesitant phrases. Swap, I hope this works, with, I will make this work. Or I guess we should, with, I've decided we will.
Small shifts, big impact.
Seemingly small changes, but they start to rewire your voice, your thinking, your entire presence. And remember, real strength isn't loud or aggressive. It's calm, it's controlled, it's steady. It comes from certainty.
And how do people react to that kind of strength?
They respond differently. They don't interrupt you as much. They don't question you the same way. They listen longer. They feel the certainty.
That's incredibly powerful. But, okay, the real test. It often comes when you're challenged, right? Not just when you're speaking into a void. How do you maintain this strength when others trying to shake you? Push back.
Ah, yes. This is a critical skill. This is what truly separates real leaders from people who just, talk a good game. It's holding your ground when others try to shake you. The real test of your voice, your presence, is when your beliefs, your words, your decisions are directly challenged.
And the world will challenge you.
Always. The world gives resistance. Your ability to lead depends massively on staying solid, on not flinching. Most people, under discomfort, under pressure, they crack, they soften their words, they start seeking approval, they lose their strength. But leadership is about standing in your truth even when they don't.
So it's about internal resilience showing up externally.
Absolutely. And clarity gives you stability. If you truly know what you stand for, what your core message is, you don't panic. You don't instinctively change your language just to fit the crowd when the pressure hits.
That internal clarity prevents external wavering.
Exactly. And the power of calm certainty here is immense. People will respect what doesn't flinch.
Yeah.
Consistency in your message, especially under pressure, that's what builds unshakable trust over time.
Okay, so how do you handle those subtle challenges? Like a skeptical look, a raised eyebrow, a sharp question?
Great question. The key is how you react. Or rather, how you don't overreact. You don't respond with emotion. You don't overreact. You stay even. You hold your tone. You stay respectful, but you don't move. You don't yield your ground just because it got uncomfortable.
Stay steady.
Stay steady.
Yeah.
When your voice is built on truth and discipline, it doesn't need defending. It stands on its own.
Wow, it stands on its own. That's really insightful. And it makes me think about efficiency, too. Once you have this clarity, this conviction, how do you make your point without dragging it out, over-explaining everything?
Right. The rambling.
Right.
This brings us to another crucial habit, making your point without dragging or over-explaining it. In leadership, your value isn't measured by the quantity of words you pour out. It's measured by how well you say something important.
Quality over quantity.
Absolutely. Often, one clear, well-chosen sentence is far more powerful than 5 minutes of explanation. Over-explaining. Where does that usually come from? Doubt. Fear of being misunderstood.
Yeah, insecurity maybe.
Often stems from doubt, yeah, or that fear. But ironically, more words don't always equal more understanding.
Yeah.
They can actually bury the main idea, make it harder to find.
So less really is more sometimes.
In this context, definitely.
Yeah.
You also show respect for people's time, right? By getting to the point and staying on it. Think about it. Thoughtful is direct, it's clear, it's structured. Long-winded is messy, it's slow, it's uncertain.
Clear difference there.
Huge difference. There's immense strength in being brief. The more certain you are, the less you actually need to say. Simplicity, born from real discipline, is profoundly powerful.
And you mentioned pauses earlier. They play a role here, too.
Big time. Remember, the real impact often happens in the space you leave after a strong statement. That pause after a strong statement creates space for the message to settle. It lets the listener reflect, to internalize it. Don't rush past your own point.
Let it land. That's a fascinating perspective on pauses, using them actively. So, for you listening right now, maybe challenge yourself. Where might you be over-explaining? Are you truly trusting your message to do its job? Or are you kind of decorating it with unnecessary words just in case? This feels like it brings us towards the ultimate goal, maybe, the pinnacle of this journey.
I think so. The pinnacle really is to speak to be remembered, not just to be heard.
Remembered, not just heard.
Yeah. Real influence starts there. With purpose, with intention, with leaving a lasting mark with your words. Think about all the words you hear in a day. How many actually stay with you? Very few. Those that do. They're clear, they're direct, and they were delivered with genuine weight.
So how do you become memorable?
You have to say something worth remembering. Something that genuinely helps someone, shifts their thinking, sparks a crucial decision. Something that leaves the listener genuinely better or clear or more motivated than before they heard you.
It sounds like your voice almost becomes your legacy in that moment.
It really does in a way. Your voice is your signature. People don't just remember what you said factually. They remember how you made them feel. And critically, if your words elevated them, lifted them out of maybe delay or confusion or fear.
That emotional connection, the feeling, is key.
Absolutely. And memorability comes from deep conviction and truth. If you speak from what you live, from what you know, from what shaped you, it sticks. Authenticity resonates.
And keep it simple.
Simplicity is absolutely key here, too. The easier your message is to repeat, the more powerful it becomes. If they can remember it and repeat it, it spreads. And remember this, every single conversation is an opportunity to be remembered. You don't need a stage, a big platform.
Every interaction matters.
Every single one. Focus on speaking truth, not just trying to sound good.
Okay, so given all these incredibly powerful skills we've talked through, owning words, clarity, control, impact, being remembered, how do you make this stuff stick? Make it a natural, inherent part of who you are, not just something you're trying to do.
The integration. This brings us right to the essential discipline. You must train your voice daily until it leads naturally.
Daily training.
Daily. Leadership isn't accidental. It's not luck. It's built through repetition. Your voice isn't just there. It's a powerful tool. And like any tool, it needs daily sharpening, consistent practice.
And where does this training happen? Special sessions?
The real work happens in your everyday conversations. That's the gym. Practicing intentionality, being acutely aware of your tone, consciously cutting out those filler words we talked about, ensuring your sentences are clean, crisp, impactful every day in small ways.
So it's like building muscle memory, not just for your vocal cords, but for your mind, too.
Exactly, you put it perfectly. Training your voice also means actively training your mind to think in clear, simple, direct statements. So that when it's time to speak, clarity is already there. It's inherent. You're just letting it out, not manufacturing it on the spot.
Makes sense. The thinking precedes the speaking.
And reiterate the importance of silence here, too. As a trained component of your strength, it's a deliberate act, shows control, allows words to settle deeply. This consistent daily practice, it builds earned confidence.
Earned confidence, not just assumed confidence.
Right. The kind that allows your voice to hold up with unwavering integrity in any situation, no matter the pressure. Even on bad days, maybe you're tired, maybe stressed, your training carries you. True leadership communication doesn't depend on your mood. It depends on your preparation, your ingrained habits.
So the training kicks in automatically.
It does, and the ultimate outcome. It's truly transformative. Your voice starts to pull people towards your ideas, your vision. It doesn't push them. It guides. It doesn't shake. It becomes innate influence, profound power, and natural, undeniable leadership.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, really exploring how to transform your voice from just talking to truly leading. Consider this. It's not just about tweaking how you communicate. It's really about building a different kind of presence, an energy, a command, the kind that earns respect and genuinely moves people. It fundamentally changes who you are and how you show up. So here's a thought to leave you with. What single word, or maybe a short phrase, will you choose to really own, to live by, starting today? To begin your own transformation from merely talking to genuinely leading, how will you make your voice not just heard, but truly remembered? Because by applying these principles consistently, you really will gain greater impact, profound respect, and undeniable influence in, well, all areas of your life, simply by mastering the incredible inherent power of your own voice.